Thank you for staying with us here on THV 11 Plus for Arkansas News Now. I'm Ashley King alongside meteorologist Nathan Scott, where you're telling me it's going to be a more January-like weekend, right?
Yes, we had a front make its way through yesterday, brought us a few showers and storms, but we were spared from severe weather here in Arkansas. I had not seen any storm reports across the state. So that's good news. Even though we did have some severe thunderstorm warnings for northwest Arkansas, one in southwest Arkansas, overall we escaped compared to our friends and family around central Oklahoma, and also Mississippi had some report tornadoes earlier this morning. Severe weather risk for the rest of today. It's really shifted as expected, well down to the south and east. Just a very minor chance. Ashley County, Chico County, there could be one storm that may try to produce some gusty winds. Radar satellite view shows the clouds building their way back in here from the south. Temperatures into the mid 60s. It's 72 in Monticello, though, 59 in Clinton. And you see that band of rain stretching from Texas all the way to Alabama. The front stalling out, but there's going to be a low pressure system riding along that front, and that's going to throw moisture back into southeast Arkansas and locations pretty much south of Little Rock as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. We'll have a small chance of showers for the rest of the region tonight. Temperatures drop down to the upper 40s, low 50s, 30s in northwest Arkansas, and tomorrow starting off the day with some clouds, but we'll see more sunshine for the afternoon and temperatures topping out into the low to mid 50s. Got some colder nights ahead. I'll let you know how cold it's going to get. If there's any other chance of rain over the next 7 days coming up.
Thank you, Nathan. Well, protests have erupted nationwide over the killing of 37-year-old Renee Good. And it calls for a transparent investigation. The FBI has taken over the probe, with a Minnesota agency saying it has been blocked from accessing key materials. Brian Abel is in Minneapolis with the latest.
Here at the site of the fatal ICE shooting, things are starting to resemble some normalcy. Vehicles once again moving through this street here where Renee Good was killed a few days ago. You see the memorial potentially right behind me, where police officers are making sure that people are able to come and pay their respects. At the same time, another incident in the country of people inside a vehicle being shot at and hit by federal agents.
Protests and vigils around the country Thursday in response to the shooting death of a woman in Minneapolis by an immigration and customs enforcement agent, deepening tensions over the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
ICE is killing people, and that's why I'm out here.
37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, a U.S. citizen, was shot and killed Wednesday by an ICE agent while seated in the driver's seat of her car. The federal government has described Good's actions as domestic terrorism, with Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem claiming Good tried to, quote, weaponize her vehicle.
You've got to be a little brainwashed to get to that point to where you're willing not just to protest, that's fine, not peacefully protest, but throw your vehicle in front of legitimate law enforcement officers and drive your car into them.
But local and state officials have strongly rejected that description and have blasted the rush to judgment.
It's beyond me that apparently from the federal government, from the Homeland Security Director herself, has already determined who this person was, what their motive was, and they hadn't even been taken out of the vehicle.
And while people in Minnesota are pushing for a transparent investigation, Oregon officials are investigating a separate shooting in Portland by a Border Patrol agent that wounded a married couple in a car Thursday.
We're calling on ICE to halt all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation can take place.
And that investigation here in Minnesota was supposed to be a joint one between federal and state officials, but that fell apart yesterday. And the reason, we have learned, is because of mutual mistrust between the two parties. The governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, has asked for a day of unity. He has also authorized the National Guard to step in if protests escalate further. In Minneapolis, Brian Abel reporting. Back to you.
And here at home, Pine Bluff police are investigating a late-night shooting from earlier this week. Investigators are searching for answers, and they're searching for the man on your screen, 23-year-old Tamarcus Franklin. Officers responding to reports of gunfire in the 1500 block of West 29th Avenue just after 9 Wednesday night arrived to find evidence at the scene. 2 people suffered gunshot wounds, but Franklin took off and has not yet been found. Anyone with information on the case or where he may be is asked to contact the Pine Bluff Police Department. And the mayor of Earl, who made national headlines as the youngest black mayor in the U.S., is now under investigation by state police. Jalen Smith, 21, is accused of having inappropriate contact with a minor. Smith won the office in December 2023 in the East Arkansas City. State police say the probe started after an FBI tip, but few other details are available. We'll continue to monitor the case and bring updates as they come. Last night, the family of Joyell Brandon released balloons on what would have been her 44th birthday. She is the Pine Bluff mother who went missing in May of last year, and her death is now being investigated as a homicide. The event was put on by two of her children, Markesia and Brandon, who say they wanted to show the community the person she was and celebrate the love she had for others, but they also want justice for their mother.
She was loved. And as a family, we will continue to have that love for everyone that she had.
The man accused in her death, Tony Thompson, pled not guilty to the charges Wednesday, with his bond set at $1 million. And developing another dog attack in Saline County has officials searching for answers once again. State and county leaders say they're frustrated by the lack of animal control options in rural areas, and they want to find a long-term fix. THV 11's Carter Thweed explains why this problem has become so urgent.
The fact that we have residents, children being mauled by animals, it's no matter which way you look at it, it's tragic.
State Representative R.J. Hawk lives in Saline County. He says the lack of animal control continues to be a big problem, but fixing it isn't easy.
When you do it at the state level, it's a statewide ban for every community across the way. And what I've been told by multiple people is that needs to be really regulated within the counties themselves.
Saline County Quorum Court member Stephanie Johnson has been pushing for change since the two deadly attacks last year, within weeks of each other.
It's becoming an even bigger public safety issue with these continued dog attacks.
The most recent attack happened this week on Diamond Hills Cove, north of Alexander. According to an incident report, 3 dogs attacked a mother and daughter while walking down the street. Their injuries were not life-threatening. Johnson says while cities like Benton and Bryant have animal control services, rural areas like where this attack happened do not, leaving residents vulnerable.
There's nothing that can be done about that in Alexander and Bauxite and Haskell and the areas that are not covered by animal control or a shelter.
Johnson says the Quorum Court will need to come together on funding or new laws to address the issue. County Judge Matt Brumley and other Quorum Court members did not respond Thursday when asked for comment.
The local municipalities, whether it be cities or counties, they need to find out what fits them best, and they need to create their own ordinances.
It seems like the Quorum Court is too concerned about making people mad over trying to pass common sense laws rather than trying to make the county safe.
The 2 owners involved in this week's attack have been arrested for assault, and the 3 pit bulls have been seized. And coming up, an ordinary night turns into a life or death moment, and the 11-year-old who stepped up when it mattered most.
And get ready for some chilly mornings to return here to the Natural State. Look at your lows expected on Monday morning. We're dropping down into the 20s area wide. I'll let you know if there's any chance of winter weather as we go into the next 7 days coming up.
Welcome back. We told you earlier this week about a family from Texas who found buried treasure here in Arkansas over Christmas break. Today, we're hearing from the family for the first time and seeing the moment that they learned they'd found a real diamond. Ron Trevino from our Texas affiliate brings us this update.
Maybe this doesn't look like much more to you than a cool little pebble, but it's a diamond, a 2.09 carat brown diamond to be precise, captured, as it were, in the wild by the Ward family of Cyprus, James, Elizabeth, and their 2 sons, Austin and Adrian, with the help of a voice-activated digital assistant.
Is it true that your family used Siri to figure out where to go hunt crystals and diamonds?
That is true.
So they packed up. 7-year-old Austin on the ride is pumped.
Today we're going to Arkansas to National State Park. We're gonna find diamonds! Woohoo! Something is bubbling.
When they got to Crater of the Diamonds State Park, where this type of thing is actually encouraged, the first day was not very successful. Then it got really cold and wet. They almost came home, but they tried again the next day.
Saw something sparkly from the sunlight, kind of glaring off of the diamond, and I picked it up, and I didn't know it was a diamond. First of all, I'm colorblind, so it's a brown diamond. I had no idea what that was.
They didn't know what they had. They took it to the park's Diamond Discovery Center to let the experts evaluate. Then came the moment of truth.
Well, got some good news. You do have a diamond.
So what's the next step for y'all?
Good question. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. We might just keep it, might get it on display of some kind, or see about selling it. I'm not sure.
But it's one family vacation they will never forget.
That's so great. They said that their son asked if they could go somewhere to dig for crystals. And so they Googled, where near us can you dig for crystals?
Yeah.
And they discovered that this was a 6-hour drive from where they live and that they could dig for diamonds. So they jumped in their car and came here.
I wonder if Siri told them around Mount Ida, because that's known as the quartz capital of the world. Did
Somehow
they say
they ended up there in
diamond,
Murfreesboro.
crystal?
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between a quartz and a diamond.
Right. I don't know. Maybe they saw you could do both and thought, let's do the diamonds.
Yeah. Well, they usually say the best time to hunt for diamonds is right after a good soaking rain.
Yeah.
And we really haven't had that. So they got really lucky, not only finding the diamond, but just because it's been so dry. And here's the latest drought monitor. This was last week now, and there have been some changes. So take a look at this map and see if you can see what changes happen as I update this to the current situation. You see what happened? We now have severe drought across south central Arkansas, Camden, southeast Arkansas, and pretty much the entire state is under at least a moderate drought. We didn't get much rain out there yesterday as expected. I told you it was going to be very hit and miss. And here are the rainfall totals from yesterday. The big winners, close to a ½ inch, Searcy, Fayetteville, and then just a few more tenths of an inch were added to the bucket in Searcy and Jonesboro since midnight. We're going to have the chance of rain out there today, primarily southeast Arkansas, as projected rainfall shows here. El Dorado, Monticello, maybe as close as Pine Bluff, ½ inch, maybe as much as an inch. But here in central Arkansas, we're going to be left in the dust once again. Just a few spotty showers on tap as we go into tonight. Rain chances, they are not on the board once we get past today, as we have a dry weather pattern in store. Front making its way through parts of the state right now. Low pressure system developing into Texas. As that makes its way off to the north and east, is going to pull up some moisture from the Gulf, and that's why the chance of rain will be going up for southeast Arkansas. Meanwhile, they've got snow happening into Kansas and parts of Oklahoma. It's 78 in the Big Easy, 64 here in the capital city, 50 in Tulsa, and the real chilly air is situated into the Rockies. Look at that. Beautiful town of Telluride sitting at 16 at this moment. Future radar shows the rain building its way in here from the south and southeast through the course of the day. So rain expected for Camden, Pine Bluff, Monticello, and there could be some heavy rain, especially right along the arc limits. As for the chance of severe weather, it stays in the Mississippi. There may be one storm that could try to produce some gusty winds, Ashley and Chico counties. Here is what's happening tonight as another front makes its way through, producing a few showers across central Arkansas. We'll start our Saturday with some clouds, and then we'll see more sunshine through the latter part of the morning into the afternoon hours. But it's going to be a windy day. Winds cranking in from the northwest about 15 to 25 miles per hour. The winds die down on Sunday, temperatures upper 40s, lots of sun, and we'll hang on to plentiful sunshine Monday. After starting out around 27, we'll warm up to about 54. Cooler tonight off to the north and west, still on the warm side in southeast Arkansas. 50 for Little Rock, rain south and east, spotty showers for the rest of us. 55 tomorrow, clouds in the morning, then lots of sunshine going into the afternoon. And here's your 7-day forecast. The numbers a little bit on temperature roller coaster. We'll see another little surge of warm air ahead of a cold front on Tuesday, 60 the high. That front passes through here on Wednesday. Temperatures drop down to the 40s Thursday, Friday. And looking at the latest information, as we go into next weekend, those numbers could continue to drop. We may see a day in the low 40s for next weekend if the current information I'm looking at right now verifies.
Thank you, Nathan. An 11-year-old Wisconsin girl is being recognized for jumping into action when her mother was experiencing a medical emergency. Jamal James spoke to the young hero.
11-year-old Josie Pedon experienced a nightmare no child wants to go through.
I was reading on the couch, and Mom got up and she was looking for a crocheting book, I don't know, something, and then she sat down and she was reading something, and then she kind of just went a little bit crazy.
Josie tried to call for help, but ended up using her iPad to call her grandparents. Moments later, dispatcher Brenda Dawes got a hold of Josie and started guiding her on how to perform CPR.
She was able to start getting her mom on the ground, getting ready to start the compressions.
That's where you put one hand on top of the other and you press down on the chest hard and fast 30 times, twice per second. And you want to go 2 inches deep, but let the chest come all the way up. And you'll want to count out loud. It looks something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. When Josie thinks about what helped her focus on saving her mom's life, there's one person that comes to mind.
Jesus.
And meeting the dispatcher that she talked to was a moment she'll never forget.
They're all really cool and they seem really important. Yeah, they're really nice though.
We do take a lot of phone calls and we don't always get to figure out exactly how they ended up. So to see the actual person in real life that we helped, seeing her mom's expression, how thankful she was, it was just nice to be able to know that we made a true difference in their life.
Josie says this whole situation changed her life.
Every life I see has just been even more important to me. Yeah.
She received 2 certifications and 5 coins from the city and its departments. Kirsten is doing much better and medical specialists are still trying to learn what happened, but the family is just happy she's okay.
We got basketball galore last night, all kinds of college hoops highlights, plus another big day in the transfer portal for the Razorbacks. Next in sports.
All right, weekend is almost here.
Yep. And we got plans to take down Christmas, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I'm still working on that. If you have outdoor decorations, though, it might be an okay weekend.
Yeah, I got to take mine down. The weather's going to cooperate for anything you have to do outdoors, or if you just want to take a hike. Temperatures will be into the 50s. Starting off your Saturday, clouds, more sunshine for the afternoon. It will be a windy day. Winds from the northwest, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Could be some higher gusts, especially along the higher terrain. And then Sunday, we'll enjoy abundant sunshine after starting out into the low 30s. Starting off the day Monday into the 20s, 54. We warm back up into the 60s on Tuesday. Another front makes its way through, knocks the numbers back down below average later next week. And long-range outlook shows a little chunk of Arctic air is going to build its way into the eastern half of the country. How much of that will make its way into Arkansas? It's still wait and see. But next weekend could be quite cool.
It's just so inconsistent. This is unusual,
It has
right?
been up and down.
Right.
It just all depends on the jet stream.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Keep it right here on THV 11 Plus. We've got more great shows on the way.